Demas was a man who once walked alongside some of the greatest leaders of the early church. He was a companion of the Apostle Paul, a man who saw miracles, heard deep teachings, and witnessed firsthand the power of the gospel spreading throughout the world. But unlike Paul, whose faith remained unshaken until the very end, Demas' heart was drawn away by something far less glorious: the world. His name appears only a few times in the Bible, but each mention tells a story of change. At first, Demas was a trusted fellow worker. In Paul's letters to the Colossians and to Philemon, he is listed alongside great names like Luke and Mark. He was part of Paul's missionary team, someone who had committed himself to spreading the message of Christ. He must have endured hardship, persecution, and long journeys, sacrificing comfort for the sake of the gospel. But something happened. Near the end of Paul's life, when he was imprisoned in Rome, he wrote one final letter to Timothy. His words were filled with urgency, knowing his time was short. And in that letter, Paul included a sorrowful statement. Demas, because he loved this present world, has deserted me and gone to Thessalonica. It was a betrayal not just of Paul but of the mission they had shared. Demas, who once walked in faith, had abandoned the apostle in his hour of need. Why? Because he loved this present world. The Bible doesn't give details about what drew Demas away. Maybe it was fear. After all, being associated with Paul, a prisoner awaiting execution, was dangerous. Maybe it was the lure of wealth, comfort, or a life free from suffering. Maybe he simply grew tired of the struggle. Whatever the reason, his heart turned away from the mission of Christ and back toward the things of the world. Unlike Paul, who declared, "I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith," Demas walked away before the race was over. His story is a warning. It shows that even those who seem devoted, who work alongside great leaders, who experience God's power, can still fall away if their hearts are not truly set on Christ. The world offers temporary pleasures, distractions, and comforts, but in the end, it cannot compare to the eternal glory of following Christ. Demas chose what was easy, but Paul chose what was right. We never hear about Demas again. Did he ever return to faith? Did he regret his decision? We don't know. But his name remains in Scripture as a cautionary tale, a reminder that a good start is not enough. We must remain faithful to the end.